I'm trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's not for you.
Thanks for the coffee, by the way. I really appreciate it.
That's all right.
How was the Ladies' Day?
Yeah, wild. It was super fun.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for doing this once again.
Thank you.
Actually, one question I do want to ask. Do you prefer Katie or Caitlin?
Either way. I get Katie, Kate, Caitlin, all the different...
Can I go Katie?
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that.
So, you're probably wondering why I wanted to speak to you.
Yeah.
I think the thing for me is, so I'm doing a lot of like podcasts around coffee, but I think, and I guess where the idea sort of came about is it really revolves around, there's this idea that I have for a coffee product and service, but I can't sort of talk about it now, but it'll make more sense in a few years' time.
Yeah, I'd love it.
I want to build some content around it, but I want to do it in a way that sort of like is true to who I am, and but also it gives people a bit of exposure.
Yes.
As well, and because I love sports, I'm doing a lot of content around rugby at the moment, and that's what sort of came about, and that's kind of the reason why I started like connecting with people. And when you generally catching up with mates or colleagues, you generally have it over coffee.
Yes.
And the idea around coffee break, which is obviously this particular podcast is about, is that coffee break, let's have a chat.
Love it.
In this case, because it revolves around, a sports person, often can't have a professional contract, and they have to work for a living. The problem is, no offense to all those professional sports people out there, but you know what I mean.
100%, yeah.
So you obviously have a point of difference. I don't know, being play people that are playing rugby at a high level that are actually hairdressers as well.
Yeah.
Do you have any friends that actually are hairdressers that play rugby?
No, I can't say I do. I think
special.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a point of conversation, I guess, with a lot of my clients and I guess my colleagues as well. They're always very shocked when they find out that I play rugby. But I guess opposites. They're just kind of get a bit of a creative outlet with my hairdressing, and then my fun and my I guess just being able to keep physical and that sort of thing and fit with my rugby. So
okay, so let's origin stories for both, but we'll talk about the first origin story, which is I guess your real passion was rugby.
Yes.
When did you start playing rugby?
So I started playing in 2017.
Actually, I will correct myself. Did the hairdressing come first before rugby?
Honestly, it was kind of at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was in year 12 and I guess in 2016 the Aussie Sevens girls won gold at the Rio Olympics, and in 2017 I was in year 12. So I grew up in Gympie, so it's a much smaller town, and we didn't really have like rugby or rugby sevens, rugby 15s or anything like that for girls or women. That kind of just sparked in 2017 when I was in year 12, and we even played 10s maybe at school. We had like too many for 7s but not enough for 15s, so we just like cut in half and played a bit of 10s. At the same time I was just starting my Cert 2 in hairdressing, just finishing through year 12. So it was actually kind of at the same time. So
So which one we want to talk about first then?
I guess I think my passion for rugby probably came first, having a really sporty, I just grew up playing every different sport you could kind of imagine. I played a lot of soccer, I did show jumping and eventing, did swimming.
I love filming horses.
They're beautiful, yeah. So I did like a lot of everything. I played a lot of touch footy though. That was probably like one of my main things, like we just played week in, week out. Okay. So then that, I guess, set a bit of a
precedent,
kind of and helped me along with my rugby skills and whatnot. So kind of I guess moving from touch into rugby sevens was like a pretty smooth transition, I guess.
So how long did you play touch for?
Like since I was in year 4, I think. So I grew it,
I was
the
saying, your
ages.
skill levels are pretty good. So I think on the paddock, so I was saying, she's even playing since she's in grade 12.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I guess a lot of
Makes
those touch skills are pretty transferable over to rugby. So
That makes a bit more sense to me now.
yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you're obviously inspired. Like, is there a particular player that sort of like inspired you to sort of like take it up, or is it just the team itself?
I guess I just think I loved the way that the girls like carry themselves. I hadn't seen it before with the like Rio Olympics. I just hadn't seen any women playing footy before really. So I just thought that was amazing. And then in like it would have been 2020 actually, I got to play with Shani Williams in the Aon Sevens comp, and she's just an incredible player. And that's when I moved to Brisbane to start playing here and having a bit of a crack. So
yeah, because when did we sort of first saw you? I think it was it 2021?
yeah, probably.
It's been around that sort of
Yeah.
period. So you were still pretty fresh.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I hadn't played like any representative stuff. I just kind of just country rugby and Gympie and on the sunny coast. So it's totally different game moving to Brisbane and playing here. Just the level, I guess, and just the experience of the girls, because being in Brisbane, it was probably available a little bit earlier to them. So the experience, I guess, with girls much younger than me, I was very shocked with. So it was kind of eye-opening, but it was awesome.
So let's sort of like talk about coming to Brisbane. So is that kind of like part of the plan to like get it better in there?
Yeah, 100%. I got at that stage, I was like kind of trying to do a bit of the Queensland Sevens stuff, and I was training with those girls and or doing a lot with UQ Sevens, and then Reg was talking to me about QAS Sevens, and I just knew it wasn't like because I was driving from Gympie to Brisbane to train 2 or 3 times a week and then to play on the weekends, and I was doing that around my full-time job. So I just knew it wasn't like something that I could keep up with, and especially if I wanted to go to that next level, that the trainings they're so intense that there's no way you're going to be able to drive 2 hours home after that. So I guess moving to Brisbane, I knew that I'd have a lot more opportunity here. So 2 years ago, so I've been in Brisbane 2 years now, which has been good.
Good time to move during a pandemic.
Yeah. Well, it was wild. We didn't even have I know COVID barely existed in Gympie. So when I moved here, I think I was here for like a month or 2, and then there was like a week-long lockdown, and I was like, oh, what is this? But
good timing.
yeah.
Well, that's kind of the thing. It's it's something that you're really passionate about, obviously. Trying to pursue your dream.
Yeah.
So I just want to sort of touch on a bit, I guess, your connection to Red Heavies.
Yeah.
Like, how did you connect with them to start off with?
It was actually a family friend. He knew Cassidy Holland, and just I don't know if he actually sent some videos of me playing or just was like having a chat with him. And I was kind of lucky enough to get asked to go and play for UQ for their Sevens comp, and just went to some trainings, thought I'd check it out, and then I ended up playing like a QA on there. It was like before Aon Sevens was happening, so just a bit of a I think we played like Griffith and Bond, so just a bit of a in-house uni thing. And then I've just kept playing for the Heavies since, basically. So
what do you like about the club?
I love that. I guess they do both 15s and 7s, because for me being a I started playing 7s, and then to be able to go into 15s, and then we still have the same crew that go back into 7s is really fun. And I think we have a great atmosphere there. We've just had Ladies Day, or Day at the Races, and it was awesome. I think there was 150 or more people there or something like that, so it was huge. It was awesome. I think everyone just gets around each other, and there's just it's just a really good vibe in the club. So
obviously you sort of came into playing 7, but what attracted you playing also 15 side game for the Heavies?
Well, I guess I loved 7s, but it's so intense, and I don't know. I just think a big part of my game is the physicality, and I'm I know I'm pretty good at taking a hit up, so I thought that's probably more suited to 15s than it is to 7s. 7s you got to be a bit faster and whatnot. So I just thought kind of physical, so I think 15s would suit me, and then I'm still fast enough to be in the back, so I can still be a little bit skillful sometimes.
Well, that's the thing, like I think a lot of people, I guess I'm not going to say a lot of people, but often sevens players, prefer to sort of like stay away from the 15.
Yeah.
But you sort of embraced it.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know why, but I like the contact.
Okay.
So I like it when we're playing. Maybe not so much the next day when I'm sore, but yeah.
Is that well? That's the thing. Is that it's one of those sports like coming from touch to like getting to a sport that's pretty physical.
Yeah.
Is that a big motivator, I guess?
Yeah.
Was it a bit of a rush?
Well, I think, and I guess I just remember playing touch footy and someone would they'd just touch you and you couldn't even feel that they'd touch you, and then you'd have to like go back and play the ball. And I'm like, well, if they had to tackle me, there's like no way they would have stopped me. So that's kind of what triggered it, I guess. And I've got an older brother, so he always played union and league growing up, and so he needed someone to tackle, so I was always his test dummy, and then I thought I needed to have a crack at this. So yeah.
Because that's the thing, is like I think I guess a lot of some I guess parents, especially the younger, especially the younger girls, would like have this I guess fear of like getting the daughters into like a physical sport.
100%.
Like, what do you say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I honestly, my parents were kind of the same. They were a bit like, oh my gosh, like they didn't know anyone that played like contact sport as a female, and like I was pretty tiny when I first started playing, so I can kind of understand the worry there. But they were like so supportive. Like my mum would help me and come with me down to Brisbane and drive with me a couple of times a week if I was feeling too tired after work or whatnot. So they've been huge supporters, and I guess like I think they were a little skeptical at first, but now they love watching the games, they love being there, they love getting around it, and they're really proud, and they love female sport and like women in rugby. So yeah.
That's the thing. We've got to get more girls into the game.
That's right. Yeah.
So, like, how would you sort of like being honest, sort of gauge like where you are in terms of your career at the moment? Like, how would you sort of rate it in terms of what you sort of set for yourself?
Yeah, I guess like I am definitely someone who kind of like takes it as it comes, I think.
Is that a country?
Maybe, I don't know, I'm potentially too laid back, I'm not sure. But I was super happy to be a part of the Reds this season. It was only my second season of 15, so I was pretty grateful to have that opportunity.
Oh, high five, by
Yeah.
the way.
Thank you. Yeah, so that was awesome to be able to.
I'd like to sort of like give you kudos for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like how did that feel?
Yeah, it was great. It was, I guess, such a big learning opportunity for me. I got to play one game against the Rebels, so that was awesome. Got some decent minutes there, I guess, for my second season, and my first season with the Reds. So yeah, I loved training with all of those girls and whatnot.
I think the thing is like obviously you're like heavily focused around sevens, but being able to play 15s, I guess at that competitive level.
Yeah.
Like how does that sort of help you grow your game?
Well, yeah, hugely, I guess. With 15s, like I'm getting stronger and stronger each week. We, especially when I was a part of the Reds program, like we, are gymming all the time, and gymming is not something I'm necessarily fond of, but when I'm in a program, I like to put my head down and get into it. So, stronger, faster, fitter, all that sort of things with all the extra training. So it definitely helps come across to sevens.
So like, where do you see sort of opportunities there, like for next year?
Yeah, like I'd probably love to have another crack at it, or anything overseas would be awesome as well. Like I think it'd be a great experience to be able to go overseas and play some rugby there. It'd be a bit of fun.
I think that's the thing like we're sort of chatting about is just the opportunities you have with the women's game.
Yeah.
I guess from a financial standpoint at the moment, probably union is not really competing with the NRL.
Yeah.
But it's just the experiences you have with the travel.
That's right. World sport, it's huge.
Especially when you're a young person.
Yeah.
I encourage every player, as much as I want to keep some of the players at my own club, but at the same time, if you've got an opportunity to travel and play the game.
That's right. It's huge, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So,
Like if you do play overseas, like where would you like to play?
Honestly, I would go anywhere. I've been kind of thinking about this, and it's a question that comes up a lot with my clients because they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And they, yeah, I guess, like, I think in and around like, I don't know, anywhere in Europe, I guess, and like even somewhere like London. Just because I think it's just so close to so many other countries, it would just be so amazing to be able to like be close to that and have connections over there. So
that's a good platform to just
yeah,
play all
exactly, yeah.
I'm not so keen on the weather, but
No, well, neither am I. That's the only thing that turns me off it. But then I think about all the other cool places I can go near there that would be just such a good experience.
yeah,
so
absolutely.
yeah.
So something you definitely.
Yeah, something I'd look into. I guess it's just about getting those connections. And just like talking to people and seeing who they know and whatnot. So
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, it's about just getting that opportunity and that opportunity to travel. So how old are you now?
I'm 22.
You're still a baby.
Yeah.
You've still got time. And I think that's probably the thing is that there's a lot of the game's becoming more and more expansive and more competitive. There's so many emerging markets that are coming up there. Obviously Japan.
Yeah, it's been a huge one. Yeah.
It's probably a huge one. America's coming up there as well.
Yeah.
So the world's an oyster.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, like not getting caught up with, I guess, having to do everything at once, and like realizing that we do kind of have time, and that it's just growing so much. So yeah.
The one, I guess, key point of difference that you have is that you also are a really talented hairdresser.
Yes, which I guess is also something that you can do all over the world. So come hand in hand.
You can still like play rugby and
yeah, that's right.
cut some hair.
Exactly.
So it's a good segue to talk about your hairdressing career. So how did that start?
Yeah, I guess like I was in year 12 trying to figure out what I want to do. I always had an interest in hair and in beauty and all that kind of thing. And yeah, I think I just went and did a bit of a work experience trial at a salon in Gympie, and I guess good. It was like, it's hard. Honestly, it's hard work being an apprentice, being a young stylist. But I love team sports. I love being in a team. I love just being able to work with heaps of different people, and I guess different personalities too is really interesting because there's definitely a lot in hairdressing. Like, it's just like it's so funny. So
Hairdressing and personality. Who would have thought?
yeah, exactly. Having to talk to people every day. Yeah.
Your lovely coffee.
Ooh, yes. Hopefully it's good.
Nice little plug, but you actually have I'll just a quick shout out to. I can never pronounce this place.
Tognini's.
Apologies. Got a little barista bar set up.
Yes.
So thank you very much for that.
That's all right.
Because I wasn't prepared to pay for coffee. The best part of the show is that I'm supposed to bring coffee to people I'm talking to.
That's all right. We can provide.
You switched it up today and you made me coffee, so I appreciate that. That's it. So it was a good experience with that first little bit of work experience as a hairdresser.
Yeah.
So what happened from there?
So yeah, I started. So I did my Cert 2 in school, and in the last few months of Year 12, I kind of fast tracked it because I decided really late. But yeah, then I got a hairdressing apprenticeship straight after school, and did that, and I even did a diploma of beauty. So I actually did a bit of both there for a little while, which was kind of huge. Yeah, juggling all of that with rugby, but. Lucky enough to get through it and to keep going, and then moved to as soon as I finished my apprenticeship, I moved to Brisbane actually. So I've been really lucky to be able to work here at Tognini's. It's like I just sent in
I hope I pronounced that right.
Yes, yeah, I sent in a video. So instead of doing a normal resume, I just sent them a video.
And high five, man. As a video guy, the fact that you actually applied for a job.
I did. So they liked that. tried to be a little bit different there. So I guess, and I had to be pretty open with them about my rugby, with how much time it takes up, because I'm a bit of a pest as an employee, I guess, asking for time off all the time for rugby. But so I basically explained all of that in my video, that like what I'd been doing with my hairdressing, what I'd been doing with my rugby, and I guess what I was trying to do. So they've been like, I guess I couldn't play rugby or play at the level that I've been playing for the last year or two without Togninis, because they've just been like more than, they've just been amazing with time off and asking for a day off like in 3 days time, and they're like, yep, no worries, like it's all good, just because something pops up with rugby, because it's a little bit I don't know, you can't always expect it, but
With Tognini and their support, what does that sort of mean to you as obviously an employee, but also a person who's trying to pursue their passion of rugby?
That's right, it's huge, and I think it's kind of undescribable. Like I'm just so grateful, and I just know that I'm extremely lucky, especially I guess being in the hairdressing industry. Like it's quite a demanding industry to be in, and a lot of people like rely on you. I guess you've got bookings all day, and there's a lot to. I know that it's a big deal to move your whole column to be able to like have the day off or to do something like that when it's only a couple of days notice if I've just been asked to jump into a team and go away or something like that. But really lucky that they're so great with it, and they're just so like, they're so happy for me as well. So it's not just about them being like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like they are genuinely proud and happy of what I've been doing over the last 2 years when I've been here. So it's really nice.
It's just, this is the thing that I sort of like, when I was going to interview you, like I was trying to work out, so it's just really surprising that she works in a place that is like a hair. So I'm not saying I'm an expert with hair salons, but I was a manager in the retail industry for a long period of time.
Yeah, okay.
So I was pretty familiar with work practices within the retail industry for a very long time.
Yes.
And I sort of understand, like with certain retail jobs, providing flexibility to supporting people is not really a high priority.
That's right. And I think especially with hairdressing, considering they're so opposites, it's like a lot of hairdressers and a lot of employers, I guess, wouldn't even understand like the passion and like the want to have work off to go and play rugby, or like to miss hours of work just to go and play a bit of footy. Like, but these guys I guess they just get it, and they're so good. I think the boys played a bit of soccer growing up, so they were kind of competitive in soccer. So I think they understand the commitment that it is and why I love it, I guess. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, really. Like I said, going back to my past as a retail manager. Like when you set up a roster and you've got an employee that wants to move their hours. I'm not sure what the boss is going to feel about that.
That's right. And I think we've probably got around 25 staff members here too. So me just being the one all the time being like, hi, can I have more time off? I always feel a bit bad, but they always make me feel a lot better after I've done it. So
they want to see you thrive. So that's pretty sounds like a great place to work.
Yeah, it is.
So let's talk about hairdressing. Like, what is it about your profession that you love?
Hairdressing, I guess, having that outlet to be able to create and to, I guess, and I think it's the same probably for a lot of hairdressers, is that we start doing hair because we want to make people feel like they look like the best versions of themselves so that they can be the best versions. So I guess, look good, feel good. So it's amazing, I guess, being able to see people's faces light up once they've had that haircut or put a fresh colour in or something like that. It just makes everyone feel really nice. So
I totally get that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the way a person's hair is very important to, especially. I'm just saying it's women in general, but
yes, definitely.
It's very important to them. So. The way they carry themselves and the way they feel about themselves is often reflected by how their hair's going.
Exactly. And it's such a nice feeling to be able to have somebody come in. They might have had a rough week or something like that, or I don't know, stuff's going on at home or whatnot, but at least like when they're in your chair, you know that like you're making them feel amazing, and they, you know, whether it's like the relaxing head massage or just like the result at the end, but they kind of love the whole experience. And they just love coming in, so it's really nice. Yeah.
Okay. Let's sort of chat about the chat. So being a hairdresser, you need a chat.
Yeah.
Are you a talkative person?
Well, it's funny. I think I'm probably one of the most quiet hairdressers. Like outside, my friends probably say that I'm really chatty, but I guess in salon I'm one of the quieter ones, just because we've got some pretty big personalities here. So I probably am quieter, but definitely always still up for a chat with my clients.
Personalities, and like I said, when I did have hair, I always said, I wouldn't mind just going just to have a chat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is nice.
Because, you know, it'd be nice to be a fly on the wall. Like, you know, is there actually a podcast series on hairdressing?
I don't know.
There should be.
Maybe there's a gap in the market there.
There's definitely a gap, because probably the most, some of the funniest people and most interesting people are hairdressers.
Yeah.
You probably
Well, no, we've definitely got some jokesters in here. They're pretty funny.
What are your mates, you know, within rugby sort of think about you being a hairdresser?
Well, I kind of keep it on the DL a bit, just so I don't end up braiding everyone's hair on game day. But no, they're always actually really shocked when they find out. I guess they don't really have an idea of what they think I do, but hairdressing just being so opposite, it's kind of funny. So
I don't know how I found out that you're a hairdresser. It's like, that's the person I'm going to
yeah.
Because, you know, I want to find different professions that people do. You know, like it was sort of like my springboard.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's plenty of like professions out there.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just something that I sort of, that's kind of
Yeah, no, it's cute, I guess, when I get the two worlds colliding, when I've got get the rugby girls in and they get their hair done. So that's always nice.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So you've done a few
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's really
What's
nice.
the feedback in life on your work?
Good. Yeah, good. No, it's. I mean, no. Maybe some mates rates here or there. No, kidding. Yeah, no. No, it's so nice though, I guess, being able to see them outside of rugby, like in the salon, getting to know them a little bit better on like a different level. I guess at rugby you just kind of get caught up with only talking about rugby sometimes. Like, you might like, dive into something else every now and then, but overall I think it's a lot of rugby talk and a lot of like, just talking about the different clubs and whatnot, or how they're going with their sport and whatnot. So it's kind of nice, the girls coming in and having a bit more of a chat just about them and whatnot. So, yeah.
So, 5 years from now, where does Katie want to be?
I don't know. I think it doesn't matter like where I'll be in 5 years' time, but I just hope I've created and I've done stuff in that time, whether it's been overseas or if I'm successful here in Queensland. I guess I just want to be able to experience as much as I can in the next 5 years and just say yes to different opportunities. I guess like even when you messaged me, I was like, why not? Like, why wouldn't I go and have a chat? So just saying yes, I think is huge. Yeah.
Great way to approach life. That's probably the thing as well when you're so young, especially when you've got a certain finite amount of time being a rugby player.
Definitely.
Just say yes.
And that's right. And I think, I'm just so aware of the fact that, rugby is something that you can't do forever. Yeah. So I just want to kind of like soak it up as much as I can while I'm still young and while I've, got a fair bit of energy. So, just say yes to as many opportunities as I can, play as much footy as I can, and see what happens, I guess. Yeah. Thank you.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. rugged.